Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin, is accused in December lawsuit fraudulently billing and by the way, this is a Daily Caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases.
For more, we go to our chief Sunny Hostin correspondent for a reaction.
31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, you know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, you know, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
And it is funny. She's so wrapped up in identity and she had no idea who she was.
If you've been following recent news, you've certainly come across the controversy developing around Sunny Hostin, one of the co-hosts of The View. The show has always been a magnet for drama, but now Sunny is in the heart of it, and for all the wrong reasons. Known for her harsh stance on social justice and legal problems, she suddenly finds herself floundering as the controversy comes close to home. At the center of it all is her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, and a lawsuit that's unsettling not only her public image, but elements of the healthcare business itself. This $450 million lawsuit covers charges of fraud, bribes, and corruption. It sounds like the scenario of a courtroom thriller, except this time, it's real, and it's extremely personal.
That will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah, you know.
In December, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon who happens to be married.
Back in December, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, an orthopedic physician and Sunny's spouse, was struck with a stunning lawsuit. The allegations? Involvement in fraudulent medical billing. The complaint portrays a worrisome image of Dr. Hostin knowingly conducting phony surgeries, getting illicit payments, and maybe having a part in one of the greatest healthcare scams in New York's recent history. What's more, this lawsuit is only one element of a vast RICO investigation involving over 200 defendants. The breadth of the claims is enough to make even the most seasoned legal professionals concerned. This isn't simply a professional disaster, it's a blow to the confidence of the healthcare system as a whole. While many would be overwhelmed by such severe claims, the event immediately became fuel for derision and comedy.
Hostin's obsession with race gets thrown back in her face. Today's video comes to us from Sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in Sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice. Well, turns out she's not as oppressed as she claims she is. She's actually the descendant of slave owners.
I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, you know, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Greg Gutfeld, renowned for his cutting wit and outspoken comments, didn't waste any time. He went to the radio with Tyrus, his co-host noted for deadpan delivery and merciless mocking. Together, they didn't simply report on the scandal, they tore it apart with unrelenting comedy.
Sunny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, asking that question, it might have been a closer election. But when oh no, nothing really comes to mind, I was like, should she? Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last, they call them Hitler, they call these things, America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied.
Sunny Hostin, who thinks climate change caused the solar eclipse, the dumbest of them all. Because everyone knows the moon caused the eclipse, which is controlled by the View's gravitational pull.
If you've ever watched The View, you know how self-important the panel can be. But when Sunny found herself on the receiving end of their attacks, the irony was tough to overlook. For someone who routinely sits in judgment of others, it was a painful twist. Sunny has spent years functioning as the moral compass of daytime TV, calling out injustice, providing legal takes, and delivering some of the most biting criticisms on television. But now, with her own husband at the heart of a big fraud investigation, the ever-opinionated lawyer was abruptly mute. The spectators noticed, and so did her detractors.
Their brains are small. But who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sunny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now, The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter.
It's hard to believe this is occurring. The same lady who formerly examined others' moral flaws with expertise is now evading the matter totally. And that silence, it says volumes. But the debate didn't end there. Sunny, who has been vocal on subjects like reparations, racial justice, and white privilege, is now facing an ironic twist. Genealogy records have shown that she is descended from European slave owners. The paradox is astounding. The self-declared champion of racial justice must now cope with a familial past that undercuts the very message she's based her public career on. Unsurprisingly, social media has burst with memes and jokes showing the extreme insanity of the scenario. Even more stunning is The View's response, or nothing thereof. Not one segment, not even a quick mention, has been made concerning the case or the issue. The same program that dedicates full episodes to celebrity breakups and political scandals has stayed utterly quiet. No conversation, no responsibility, just carefully maintained quiet. Could it be that the same voices who earn a career from moral judgment are now avoiding that same scrutiny? It definitely appears that way. And with Gutfeld and Tyrus in the scene, you can know the hypocrisy won't go uncontested. Gutfeld wasted no time pointing out the media's double standards, while Tyrus blasted the smugness that characterizes The View. As the scandal grows, Sunny Hostin's silence is becoming deafening. The $450 million lawsuit involving her husband isn't just a personal crisis. It's a public reckoning for someone who built a career on legal commentary and moral judgment. Now, with her own family under fire, she appears to be playing by a different set of rules. The View's credibility has taken a hit, as the show avoids addressing the controversy entirely. Critics, including Gutfeld and Tyrus, are highlighting the irony. The once vocal advocate for justice is now mute. While some argue she shouldn't be blamed for her husband's actions, Sunny's past of holding others accountable makes her current silence glaring. In the end, it's not just about Sunny. It's a broader indictment of the hypocrisy within mainstream media.